broadcast you're about to hear is a special sports presentation brought to you by WPEX-FM 90.9.
Hey, take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. 'Cause it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Back here at Beamer Field, and thank God my microphone is now working.
Yeah, I had to cover in for play-by-play last inning because...
Thank you, Robbie. I appreciate that. Microphone went completely dead. I mean, out completely. Tonight's contest is going to begin the second game, of course, here at Beamer Field tonight, and the second and final game. This will be Prince Edward going up against Charlotte County, which is hopes to be a real good game.
We hope so. It's all going to depend on how well Prince Edward Farmville is able to do on the defense. We know that Charlotte County always has a very powerful hitting squad here. If they are able to run the game and hit at will against Farmville, this could be a very long game for them. However, if Farmville is able to hold on, get a good D, and maybe hit against the Charlotte pitchers here, we may actually have a good game on our hands.
Didn't we see these two teams play before?
No.
Seemed like it was. I don't know why.
You would be wrong.
Oh, I know I am. But, well, I know that, but it just seems like it's deja vu of
maybe last year.
Maybe so. Charlotte County has just been absolutely unstoppable in this series, in this tournament. In fact, what I meant to say.
Anyways, looks like they're going to be pitching first. It's going to be Mr. Austin Roach for the Prince Edward Farmville teams. Charlotte will have first shot here to make some runs if they can. Coming up first back for Charlotte will be Vassar, followed by Jones with Reed third, and batting cleanup is going to be Mr. Powell. And here we go.
Well, the crowd gets to it. The coach is starting to give all sorts of signals, and everybody is set and ready, and here we are starting for the first pitch of game 2. Roach now looking. He's now looking and winding up. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss by Charlotte. That will be an error for strike 1.
Yes, Roach had a lot of, I think he dug down and threw that one as hard as he could. You can bet your money that Prince Edward Farmville has thrown their best pitchers at this Charlotte team today.
Here comes the next pitch. This one's going to be a change-up and goes absolutely nowhere, and there for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Charlotte County has just hit about everything anybody has got to offer. Here comes now the pitch from Roach, and this one's a pretty good slice. It goes out to the outfield, back, home run.
No surprise there. Vassar, one of the that's his, I think, second home run so far in this tournament. He's of course a very, very good hitter. We saw him last year. He was a great hitter, and he's come back this year and he's gotten even better.
Well, that's usually the way it is, and already Farmville is down 1-0.
First runner comes up and first runner hits a home run. That is not the way you want to begin if you're Farmville.
Well, here's the thing. It seems to me that one of the biggest things about this team, though, that if Charlotte hits everything that you throw at them. Here comes the next pitch, and that'll be outside, ball 1. They're patient, they're polished, they get the signs. They're very extremely well coached. Anyway, that brings up 1 ball and no strikes. Here comes the next pitch.
Oh,
way over. Pitching like that is not going to get you anywhere with Charlotte. 2 balls and no strikes now. So what do? If you're Roach, if you can't blow it past them and you send it on down the middle, they're going to send it right on out of here as quick as you throw it. Here comes the next pitch. Right down low, ball 3, 3 balls and no strike. And the trouble is, if he walks, then that's going to set up Reeves, and we all know what Reeves can do.
Oh, yes.
He's on deck right now for the Charlotte All-Stars. Here comes now the pitch, and that's in there for strike 1. 3 balls, 1 strike. If you looked at the coach right in front of us, Robbie, you watch him give his signals, he really do And this one's going to be foul back out of play, and that's going to be strike number 2.
And at this point, Roach will take any strike he can get.
3 balls and 2 strikes. That brings the count to full here, Beamer Field. Top of the first. It's 1-0 on a Vassler home run.
Yeah, first guy up, first guy hit a home run.
Here comes a pitch, and this one's going to be a hard pitch to Fitz. Fitz will throw it to first base. They get him at first, and that brings up
good defensive play by
Reeves.
Very good defensive play by Fitz out there. Saved a man on base.
So Reeves is up.
Reed, home run hitting champion. He's pretty much hit the ball every time he's gone up. In fact, I think he's only struck out. The only time he struck out was that game last night against Dinwiddie National. Everything else, and I think he hit half the time there too.
Dinwiddie National will play Blackstone tomorrow. Blackstone winning today. They knocked Crew Burkeville out of the competition. Here comes now the pitch. And a hard hit ball as we figures all the way to the fence. Anyway, that's an easy double. And every time that gentleman gets up, that ball goes somewhere.
Yeah, he's a great hitter, that's for sure.
And folks, let me tell you, that ball was hit so hard, it was a line drive, and it bounced right before the fence. But that was a line drive all the way.
Yeah, that was a hard hit ball. Now we got Mr. Powell at the bat, center fielder for Charlotte County.
Didn't Powell hit a home run or something?
Yep.
Anyway, this one goes, the Fitz will throw, overthrow, and I'll tell you what, they didn't even slow down. They're going to try him at second base, and Powell takes second base, and that's 2-0.
But a run will come in, giving Charlotte a 2-0 lead now.
The only out has been a fielder's choice out at first base, and that was Jones, but everybody else has so far hitting the ball and gotten on base one way or the other. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Now, I think this is Williams that's up. God on deck.
And Powell will make it to third pretty easily there.
The Charlotte's showing fantastic speed, great poise, great hitting, and we hadn't even seen their pitcher yet. Here's the pitch. That's straight there for a strike 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. And they're going to start Jones off as pitching when they go to the field, whenever that is. Trouble is, Reed can also pitch. Here comes now the pitch. And Powell takes a big lead. He tried throwing out, but not fast enough. And that brings up 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 out here at the top of the first, getting things started, but already 2-0. Blackstone winning 10-0 over Crew Burkeville earlier game. And this one's going to be a hard hit, and it could be trouble. He throws it to shortstop. He throws it to, and gets 1 run will score, but throws a man out at first, so that brings up the second out.
It does clear the bases at least. That's something. And we got a 3-0 lead here, and we've only been through 6 batters.
So here comes the pitch right now, winds up and throws. That's in there for strike 1. Not a lot of speed on that particular pitch, but one right down the middle nevertheless. Umpire calls it a strike. Roach now winds up, delivers way high, ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike, by the way.
Yeah, Dodd kind of watches that one go sail right by his chin that time.
Carson on deck, then Webb with 2 outs. Here comes now the pitch. Here comes Roach, winds up, and that one's right down the middle for strike number 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Much hotter than it was yesterday. Yesterday was a lot cooler. This is about 10 degrees hotter than it was. This one's going to be, Roach puts this one down in the dirt basically in front of the plate, and that brings up bringing the count to 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes now with Roach, to Dodd rather. Here comes the pitch way in front of him. That brings the count to full. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Hate to give them a walk, but you don't want to throw it in the middle either because they hit it all the park on you.
Seems like every player on Charlotte, and I just can't get over talking about them because they're so well polished. Here comes the team. This one's going to be a high fly ball. It will go foul. It almost takes out the intent that's down there on the first base line, but out of play, and count remained the same. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Coach now 3-2 count. Here comes a pitch, and that's foul ball. And Dodd just kind of hangs right on in there.
Yeah, poor Austin just can't seem to get his last out to save his life here. Anything that's in there looks like it's going to be even closer to strike. Roach swings bat at it and at least manages to get a piece of it. Dodd, rather.
Here comes now the pitch from Roach to Dodd. This one's going to be low, and he walks.
That puts Dodd on first base.
That brings up the first walk for Roach. Charlotte puts another runner on first base, but with 2 outs.
Carson coming at the bat now for the Charlotte County team. He's the team's catcher. Kind of a smaller guy, but like we said, it seems like everyone on the team can hit, so I don't think size really matters much today.
Webb will be on deck. Here comes the pitch. And this one's going to be in front. There goes Dodd down second base. He don't even have to slide. Easy. They didn't try to get him. Charlotte has displayed a lot of speed in this tournament as well, Robbie.
Yes, they have. Well, they have just amazing hitting squad. That's what it comes down to. I mean, it's awesome.
And good base running, though, at that.
Yeah.
Here comes the pitch way high. That's going to be in there for ball 2. 2 balls and no strike.
I mean, really, they have really one great pitcher, I'd say, on team. Really good pitcher on the Charlotte County, but their hitting squad is just absolutely amazing. I mean, there's no doubt about it.
Left and center field are playing back. Here comes the pitch, but it's still high. It's in there for ball 3.
The problem is, even their decent pitchers on Charlotte are like way better than most of the other teams' best pitchers.
Yes, they are. I mean, it's just a fantastic squad altogether. I mean, we've got to give credit where credit is due. Here comes now the pitch. Way low, ball 4.
Here goes third.
That's walk. Here comes Dodd into third base.
And that'll be a walk as well.
And it's just they're just so aggressive. And they make it. The thing is, they just make it look easy. I mean, it's not easy, but they make it look easy nevertheless. 3-0 right now. Charlotte leading with 2 outs here. We're still at the top of the first. This could be a long game. Well, it depends. Get it to the slaughter rule, that might be different, but we'll see. Here comes a pitch. And this one's way. Here comes Dodd. And I don't know, Dodd. Just a few steps, he could have gone on in. Did you see the lead that he took? He was all the way 3/4 of the way down, Robbie. I mean, Dodd's a decent-sized kid. He doesn't look like he'd be super fast, but I'm going to tell you what, he is. Here they are gathered together at the home plate. Big number 19, Matthew Fitz, is kind of tall as he is, kind of dwarfing everybody, but he wants to pitch, but he can't pitch. You know they'd like to pitch him, though.
Oh, you know it. 1 ball, no strike. 2 outs.
So we resume play with 1 ball and no strikes now. Here comes pitch to Webb. Winds up delivery, way low. It's in there, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Thanks for everybody who's tuning into our web.
Those are all those who bought our DVDs, too.
Yep, and a lot of people's buying these DVDs now. Here comes the pitch. Hard hit ball, and Webb Dodd will score. Here comes the runner will go in, slides in easy. At second base, he overthrows him. At second will not get him. And that just chalk on 2 more runs, and now that's 5-0. The way this game is going, the only thing that might be real exciting is the lady screaming in the background.
This looks like an ugly game, I'd say.
We do have Charlotte fans that are right in back of the white elephant here.
It sounds exciting if nothing else, right?
Yep.
Anyway, that brings up Mr. Crawford up to bat now for the Charlotte County.
Yep.
See if he can continue this amazing Charlotte hitting streak going on here.
Now, if the game gets too boring, I can go over there to the Bobcat and give Cliff Gunn to sing for us.
I'm sure you could.
That would be entertaining by itself.
I think I'd kill pretty much all of our listeners and our DVD sales in one fell swoop.
Can you imagine that? That'd drop our stream right there, wouldn't it?
That it would.
Oh, here comes now the pitch to the left-hander, and he bobbles it out. First base, Ditz gets him. He's safe. No, he's out.
He's out.
You know what I was doing? I was looking at the Charlotte County's coach, not the umpire. So, a lot of hits, 5-0 the score. We'll be right back with Farmville coming up for the first time.
These are not your ordinary doctors. They are the accounting surgeons. Allow them to show you the personal attention it takes in order to receive every single deduction you deserve. The accounting surgeons and crew are here for you all year long, not just January to May. Whether you need tax preparation, payroll work, or bookkeeping services, call the accounting surgeons today. 434-538-0595. They offer very reasonable rates along with their year-round service with a smile, located at 126 East Carolina Avenue in Crewe. The accounting surgeons are here for you. Phone 434-538-0595.
The best stuff ever.
Brought to you by Radio Shack.
I need a new phone, so I'll go to Radio Shack, take their advice, and buy a Sony Ericsson Z750 with AT&T service. It has a 2-megapixel camera, FM radio, and a web browser, so I can surf the internet. And then one day at a car dealership, I'll find the price of a car too high, but the salesman won't agree, and he'll throw me a challenge and he'll give me the car for free if I find it for cheaper, so I'll use the internet on my phone, find it for cheaper, and get it for free. And I'll owe it all to Radio Shack.
Don't just buy stuff.
Do stuff.
See your local Radio Shack dealer at Southside Electronics, Blackstone Square Shopping Center.
And we're back here, Beamer Field here in the White Elephant on WPEX 90.9. Want to thank Courtney down at Southside Electronics in Blackstone, Virginia, helping sponsoring Dixie Youth. Also, Harry Strider of Accounting Surgeons and Crew and Southside Electric with Frank Harris. Thanks very much for supporting Dixie Youth Baseball.
Prince Edward Farmville has her first ups here. It's going to be Dante Blompton. I hope I got that name right. Blanton. He hits
anyway, he hits one to the
foul territory.
Rob, you're going to have to help me out because this thing's way out of
I
whack.
know. If I'm right, this is Dante. He's also the pitcher, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hard hit ball, and this one's going to be a base hit. So Farmville's showing some life here as he zaps one down there.
But they got a big mountain to climb, that's for sure.
They find themselves behind 5-0 here, and we're only in the bottom of the first. Leadoff runner gets on. That's always a good sign, though.
KJ Maddox at the bat now for Prince Edward Farmville. Ball a little bit low inside.
So anyway, we got 1 ball and no strikes now to Maddox. Here comes now the next pitch. Hard hit ball.
Look at that.
That's a base hit. And it gets past him. I don't believe it. Anyway, they're going to hold Roach up, Blanton up at third base, and Roach gets a stand-up double.
Well, we're seeing some life from this Prince Edward Farmville team.
I know one thing, Charlotte would definitely love to do one thing. Would love to wish they had the best 2 pitchers in there now.
Austin Roach at the bat now for the Prince Edward Farmville team.
Here comes the pitch. But this guy zaps the ball down pretty good too.
Yeah, and blasts right by Roach before you even get a bat on it there.
Jones now looks and winds up into the wind-up position, cuts the ball loose, and the ball is hit to Reeves. Reeves bobbles it, but quickly gets it, and 1 run will score.
So a sacrifice and a run.
Now be 5-1 now. with one out. Runners on third base, which is Maddox. He's on first base for Prince Edward Farmville. And even when Reeves bobbles the ball, he looks good.
He still made the play.
Anyway, here comes the pitch. And that's going to be foul ball, strike one. If you just joined us, contest between Charlotte County and Prince Edward Farmville squaring it off. This is the winner's bracket. They both won yesterday. Here comes the windup and the pitch way low. Ball one actually. So the count goes 1-1, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Tagging up third B.
That was a good shot of Maddox on third base. They're trying to get him in. Here comes now the pitch from Jones, and this one's going to be a popper, and they going to try to get the man out at second. Maddox will score though. That cuts the lead, which is only 3. And
Peter Furrow's not called out of this game yet.
Absolutely not. 5-2 is the score. Here comes now the pitch from Jones. Way low, ball one. 1 ball and no strikes. Here comes now the pitch from Jones once again. No, that was another bad throw. Right down there in the dirt. That's going to be in there for 2 balls and no strikes. Those last 2 pitches didn't look too good from Jones.
Yeah, I think the heat's starting to affect them now too.
Jones looks, winds up, and that was a pretty good foul tip.
It's a strike.
A little bit low though, but nevertheless strike, 2 balls and 1 strike. So let's see what White can do with a 2-1 count. Here comes the delivery, and boy, that was close. They called it a ball, but that looked close.
I think his umpires keep a very tight strike zone in Charlotte today.
3 balls and 1 strike. Nobody on base though. 2 outs. Here at the bottom of the third. Here comes the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. I thought it was strike 3.
You sure?
Don't matter. 3 balls and 2 strikes. No, it's not strike 3. It's
full count now.
Full count. Here comes the pitch and a foul back. Out of play, that won't do anything there. Now the count will remain the same. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Xavier White, very good hitter for the Prince Edward Farmville team. Trying to get on base here. He plays center field. He had some great plays yesterday.
Here comes now the pitch. In there, strike 3. That's strike 3. Now retired.
That was strike 3.
So nobody left on base. They scored 2 runs. So as we go to the top of the second, it is now 5-2 in favor of Charlotte. We'll be back right after this.
These are not your ordinary doctors. They are the accounting surgeons. Allow them to give you the personal attention it takes in order to receive every single deduction you deserve. The accounting surgeons and crew are here for you all year long, not just January to May. Whether you need tax preparation, payroll work, or bookkeeping services, call the accounting surgeons today. 434-538-0595. They offer very reasonable rates along with their year-round service with a smile. Located at 126 East Carolina Avenue in Crewe. The accounting surgeons are here for you. Phone 434-538-0595.
The best stuff ever.
Brought to you by Radio Shack.
I need a new phone, so I'll go to Radio Shack, take their advice, and buy a Sony Ericsson Z750 with AT&T service. It has a 2-megapixel camera, FM radio, and a web browser, so I can surf the internet. And then one day at a car dealership, I'll find the price of a car too high, but the salesman won't agree, and he'll throw me a challenge and he'll give me the car for free if I find it for cheaper, so I'll use the internet on my phone, find it for cheaper, and get it for free. And I'll owe it all to Radio Shack.
Don't just buy stuff.
Do stuff.
See your local Radio Shack dealer at Southside Electronics, Blackstone Square Shopping Center.
I guess Prince Edwards was saved by 0 there. They kind of got pretty good on the sticks there and been able to score 2 runs.
Tied this game right back up here. Now a little bit of surprise life from Prince Edward Farmville.
Well, here comes number 6 that's coming up.
He is Mr. Davis from Charlotte's.
Roach now winds up, lets loose, way low, ball 1. It's 1 ball and no strikes now to Davis here, top of the 2nd. Already, we've been playing nearly half an hour?
Half of 24 minutes.
Yep. Last night, Charlotte and Dinwiddie National was almost half over with. And anyway, that one zips that one down there.
That was a fast game.
Yeah, that was a fast game. So it's 2 balls and no strikes now to Davis of Charlotte. This game, here comes the next pitch. I was going to say this game, that's in there, strike 1. 2 balls and 1 strike. I said this game could be over with before the sun goes down. Here comes now a pitch from Rhodes in there, strike number 2. 2-2 now comes the count. So Rhodes finds himself ahead of Davis right now. Here comes now the pitch. And a changeup, and Rhodes fouls it back, and now still the count remains 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. No outs here at the top of the 2nd. Birch is in there pitching for the Prince Edward Farmville. Here comes the pitch. And this one's going to be a chop pitch. Goes to the second baseman, throws him out at first base. And that'll be it for the first out.
And that's exactly what Prince Edward needs to do to stay this game.
I believe it's Zimbro,
I believe. You don't have first name, so we can't call him by his first name, I'm afraid.
Zimbro. See what he can do. Here comes now the pitch from Roach. That one's going to be in there for ball 1. Very close, though. 1 ball and no strikes. They have 1 out. Hartley will be on deck. Roach winds up, he delivers the ball. Hard to get ball. This one will be foul and out of play. And now bring the count 1 ball and 2 strikes.
It does bring a strike, so.
It's 1 ball and 1 strike is the count. And they have 1 out. Here comes now the pitch. And it's going to be low for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike.
And Austin Roach having trouble finding that strike zone there. Trying to get tired now. The heat's not letting off one bit, it seems like, out here.
2-1 with 1 out. That's the count. Here comes down Roach for fifth. Zips one down there. Way low once again, Robbie. And that brings up 3 balls and 1 strike. You don't want to give Charlotte anything, especially any walks, if you can help from it.
Shaw's just too powerful of a hitting squad if you let people on base.
And this one's low again, ball 4, and that's base on balls.
That brings up Mr. Hartley up to bat now for the Charlotte All-Stars.
He'll have the top of the batting order coming up with Vassler in just a few minutes. Here comes now the pitch. And it's going to be fouled back and almost caught by the catcher, and he didn't quite get it in there.
They're hitting hard. Come on.
Which is Natalie. He almost caught that thing on a foul tip. But didn't get there fast enough. Here comes down the pitch. A bunt showing that's in there. Strike. Now be 1-1 is the count.
Nope. 0-2. 2 strikes.
No ball and 2 strikes. I thought there was just 1-1 up there.
Never trust the score. Have you learned this in 3 years yet?
Yeah, but it's much easier to look at the scoreboard and look at that thing so far away. Here comes now the pitch from Roach, way high. Now being there, ball one ball and 2 strikes.
Well, when you buy a second monitor, put it up beside you, you can go and do it. You can see it just fine. And they're going to have a little
Umpires holding up action for just a few minutes.
conversation out there by first base, it looks like.
Do we know the times of tomorrow's games yet, Robbie?
I had the bracket, I could tell you.
While he does that, I'll go ahead and call this. Here comes Roach winding up, throwing the ball now. And it's strike number 3. Now bring for the second out. And Roach is still showing some good play, but that brings up Vassler. Vassler can hit the ball. A lot of line drives, a home run in yesterday's game.
Oh, well done. I know the brackets turned out different than I thought it does. Okay, Blackstone plays the winner of this game tomorrow.
And
then there was strike 1.
Time will be at, what time will that be?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
Yep, 2 games tomorrow.
This one goes down. Here comes the steal. And count still remains 1 ball and 1 strike now to Vassler. Runners on second base. 5-2 is the score. Here comes now the pitch. Roach winds up, throws the ball, and it's way low for ball 2. 2 ball and 1 strikes.
2 games tomorrow. The winner of the game takes on Blackstone, and the loser's game goes on to play Dinwiddie National.
Here comes out the pitch. This one's a hard hit to fit. This checks the runner, throws to the first, and gets him out for the 3rd and final out. So as we go to the bottom of the 2nd right now, it is 5-2 in favor of Charlotte. We'll be right back right after these messages.
What does your world sound like? That's geography. The music of the world around you. Geography is people, places, environments, and economics. Geography gives us the framework for understanding our world. But sadly, our kids aren't getting enough of it. Half can't locate economic powers like Japan and India, and 20% can't even find the Pacific Ocean. That's why we created MyWonderfulWorld.org. It's part of a free National Geographic-led campaign to give our kids the power of global knowledge. Go to MyWonderfulWorld.org to learn more and get your free parent and teacher action kits. It's a wonderful world.
Don't settle for less than the best. Call Debbie's Doodles today for your beautiful professional business cards, church and business stationery, church bulletin signs, and much, much more. And if you need a design and not quite sure what you want, have a sit-down consult with Debbie and she'll fix you right up with just the right one for your business, church, or organization. Be blessed with the best, giving God the glory for it all. Debbie's Doodles, located at 501 Brunswick Avenue in Blackstone. For more information, call 434-292-3378.
Back here, Beamer Field, 5-2 game.
Yeah,
so far, it's a little bit closer than I thought it would be.
Yeah, we were just looking at the bracket there. It seems like the Blackstone gets to play the winner of this game tomorrow, so that should be an interesting game there.
Oh, boy. Double elimination is always something. Here comes the pitch. Into the dirt to Fitz. Runner on first base. Where did he come from? I didn't even pay attention.
That's Fitz at the bat?
Well, runner on first base. I didn't even see him get on there. Well, I wasn't paying attention to that.
Oh, that's why. Yeah, we were all totally lost. That's why stuff doesn't make sense. Okay.
Anyway, here comes the pitch. Fitz. Oh my goodness sakes. Fitz really wrapped one right almost into the dugout. That ball was a hard hit ball. If that ball would have went straight, that would have been something.
We were busy looking at the bracket, kind of feeling sorry for Blackstone. We couldn't quite.
Yep. Here comes now the pitch. And that one's going to be in there for ball 2, 2 balls and 1 strike. Blackstone has played their hearts out, though. You got to hand it to them. 2-1 count now to Fitz. Here comes the pitch. Way low. That's 3-1. So Farmville has a runner with no outs on second base right now.
Yeah, one thing about Black, they didn't come in through the tournament the hard way, that's for sure.
Yep. And Matthew Fitz up there trying to knock him in. Here comes the windup and the pitch way high, and that's ball 4, and they put Fitz on first base.
So we got Atkins on second and Fitz on first.
So without the batting order, looks like this is Roach coming up, number 24.
No, Nathan Drew.
Is that Drew?
Yep.
Number 24?
Number 24 is Drew, yep.
Anyway, here comes Jones, winds up,
hard
hit ball.
Oh,
what a play! Oh my goodness, what a play by the second baseman.
That was a great
and he's
play.
hurt, he's limping. But he dove at that thing, and I mean literally dove and got that ball. You want to talk about somebody being in on something.
Wow, yeah, that was just a great.
Okay, this is not on our list, but this is number
20 now.
Number 20. McCormick, yeah. And that first one is in there for ball 1.
1 ball, no strikes.
Runners now on second and first. Here comes the pitch. It's in there for ball number 2. 2 balls and no strikes.
McCormick wisely waiting for it here.
Atkins on third. Fitz on second base for the Farmville All-Stars. Now here comes the pitch. Jones takes and looks. Takes aim and delivers and winds up. A big swing and a miss.
Strike 1.
And there for strike 1.
Up on deck is Jacob Fisher for the Prince Edward Farmville team.
2 balls and 1 strike. Here comes the pitch. And that was in there for strike number 2. 2-2 now comes the count.
Go get it. There you go.
Here's the count. That one's a little bit low, brings up full count. But you got to hand it to Charlotte County, and especially with Vassler making that fantastic play at second base, which brought up the first out. Here comes now the pitch. Jones winds up way low, and that loads the bases up.
With 1 out here. That's a unique opportunity here for the Prince Edward Farmville team with Jacob Fisher coming at the bat now. And they're playing close in now. In fact, the whole entire infield is like playing almost by the pitcher.
Here comes Jones now, takes aim for Charlotte, and here's a windup way down in the dirt. Jones is having trouble hitting the strike zone right now. Ball 1. 5-2.
I don't think I've ever seen an infield play that far in.
Yep. 5-2 right now. Well, it's a grass infield.
Yeah.
They're kind of hoping if they bunts the ball, especially, it's probably what it is.
Yeah,
you're not strike 1. It's probably because
you're not gonna bunt on bases loaded. I mean, come on.
Oh, absolutely.
No.
Sure. If you bunt it, you bunt it down that, that's going to bring this guy Atkins in. If you want to bunt it down there. Swing and a miss, strike number 2.
That was way inside that time.
Trouble is, you set yourself very easily to get your leadoff runner out.
Yep.
It would have to be a perfect bunt. Meanwhile, I think he got the bunt off. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch.
Hard hit. He gets it.
And this is going to drop in. 1 score. Atkins will score. Fitz will go back. And now base is still loaded. And it brings up now 5-3.
A run is coming for Crew. That makes it 3-5 now.
Yep. And not Crew, it's Farmville.
Farmville, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Crew got out saying Crew all day, so. I'm just surprised.
That's all right.
I got to give Farmville credit. They're hanging in here a lot better than I thought they'd be, especially after that first inning, which they got hammered so hard.
You're playing at home? You're playing at the travel.
Anyway, Charlotte coach is coming out and talking to Jones, leaving him in there. I would not be surprised, though, if they catch up.
See Vassar come in there.
No, you won't see Vassar, I don't think. I think you'll probably see Reed.
I don't know, but you want to save those two for against National, which you're going to have to face here shortly. At some point, you want to save your innings for them.
Here comes the pitch. He sets that one down there, ball one.
Here's the thing. Charlotte can afford to lose this game. You know what I mean? They can afford it because they'll go on against someone like, they're going against Dinwiddie National tomorrow. Dinwiddie National, which would be,
Yep. Swing and a miss.
Strike two.
And there's strike one. Strike one.
Strike one.
It would almost be worth saving your pitchers.
Yeah, I mean, you got to go against Dinwiddie National at some point anyway, so you might. It's kind of like, what do you do? Then everyone starts at one loss, it becomes a single elimination tournament.
Jones now turns and winds up. Here comes the pitch.
Well,
and it's going to be in here for ball two.
2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out here at the bottom of the second.
Walker finds us out batting with bases loaded with 2 balls and 1 strike, and he swings and misses this one. That brings the count to 2-2. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Anthony Walker, bottom of the batting order here for Prince Edward Farmville.
I need you to meet that ball somewhere out there.
Jones winds up, now delivers. It's going to be outside. Ball 3, the count goes
We have
full.
a full count situation. Walk brings in a run.
The full count now to Walker. Jones now looks with bases loaded. Here comes the pitch. And he swings and misses. Strike number 2.
That was a perfect throw. That would have been in there.
Out number 2.
Now we got Nico Reeson, I believe his name is. Once again, our little graphic does not show the runner at first base. We apologize for that little bug in the system.
Are you got an order on yours?
Yes.
Oh, I'm going to start.
Strike 1 to Nico.
That was fire. He fired that one in.
Oh yeah, he's throwing fire right now. If he can get out of this inning before he gets top of batting order, he might be a holdout. Leave those
Austin will be on deck. This one's going to go right to the short, and he misses it. Pitch will score, and McCormick, they hold him up. And now Farmville still got bases loaded with 2 outs, and they only are down 1 run.
And they are showing some life here in the second inning game. Coming up next, top of the batting order for Prince Edward Farmville with Dante Bladen. He made a single back in the last inning. I think Charlotte is just surprised this is happening right now.
Dante, and here comes
the closer. Here comes the closer right here. Again, I think you'll see double lot coming up, so I think he's going to change to third base.
Yep. And let's see who they bring in as pitch. Yep, they're going to give it to
0-0, which will be Mr. Williams, who's pitching now.
Did we see him pitch yesterday?
I do not remember. Sorry.
I don't remember either. Williams.
And obviously they're feeling pretty confident about him. Bring him in here against this Dale Blunt, who the next 2 hitters were able to hit against the last pitcher pretty easily with good singles and doubles.
Well, nothing down about Jones. I mean, Jones has pitched a good game. He hasn't walked a lot of people.
On any other team,
he hasn't hit a lot of people or anything like that.
On any other team, he'd be a star pitcher.
Oh yeah.
That's all. It's just his team he's on is so good. You know, it's just even a good pitcher kind of gets looks average compared to the rest of them.
So Prince Edward is hanging tough with these guys.
They're doing just a great job. I mean, you got to give them credit. They really have been doing a great job. I mean, we're kind of all surprised in the broadcast booth. We thought we'd be looking at a slider rule game here in the 4th inning. Prince Edward's making this into a ball game.
We are. Yes, outfield. Just be 1 in the air. We are. Go.
The Blackstone All-Stars will have to go against one of these two teams tomorrow.
Yep, the winner and the winner's game goes against Blackstone.
Anyways, runners on first, second, and third. That means bases are loaded. 5-4 with a pitching change. And here comes Brent. He's up there. This one's going to be fall short. Ball one.
Now a walk ties the game up too.
Yes.
Which again is why they probably brought in a new pitcher into that.
Here comes down the wind-up. This one's going to be in there. Strike one.
On the high side of the strike zone, but right in there for strike one.
1 ball and 1 strike here in the second inning. And this one's a hard hit ball. Could drop in. It does. McCormick will score. Fisher's going to hold up at third base.
And they have tied the ball game up.
And this ball game is tied up. What a game this is now is turning out to be.
At the bat now is KJ Maddox for the Prince Edward Farmville team.
Here comes now the pitch. And this one's going to be low, ball one. And bases are still loaded as Farmville is brought in 3 unanswered points. Or runs, rather. Here comes now the pitch. This one's going to be fouled back. Strike one. Count goes 1-1. Hear the choo-choo train going on in the background. Here comes now the pitch. Winds up, delivers.
Right.
In there for strike 2.
Bases are loaded, 2 outs here. Fisher on third, Reason on second, and Blendon on first.
2 out.
Here comes the windup in there for ball 2. 2-2 goes the count.
Maddox definitely did not want to walk. Or sorry, Williams. I got the wrong name of the thing.
Williams.
Ball.
And this one's going to be in there for another ball, and this count goes full.
Williams definitely does not want to walk this guy and walk in the lead run. So here we go. I think we'll see a fastball gun right down the middle right now.
So Maddox needs to be ready. Here comes the pitch. And that was going to be ball 4. And this ball game is trying to change hands now. And Prince Edwards takes a 6-5 lead.
Wow. I don't think we ever would have guessed this would happen. Coming up now is Austin Roach for the Prince Edward Farmville.
Here comes the pitch. And this one is going to be foul ball.
Foul, but barely.
Yep. That'll be in there for strike 1. No balls and 1 strike.
Hold contact, boy. Hold contact. You don't wait to see if they catch it. You can score.
We'll see what Olsen can do.
Strike.
Big swing.
That was a
big
hard
strike.
throw, yeah.
That brings up no balls and 2 strikes.
Williams do that one with authority.
Here goes the 0-2 count. Here comes the pitch. Hard hit ball, and it goes into the infield. One will score. And
mistake.
A bad throw. They're going to try to run it in. It's going to be close.
He got it.
Safe.
He's safe.
So now it's 8-5 as Farmville takes an 8-5 lead over Charlotte. A timeout is called. And a runner on second base still for Farmville. Max will be on third base. Charlotte's trying to get some cheers going.
Tell you one thing, I think when it comes right down to it right now, I think
nobody has scored 8 runs on Charlotte all tournament long.
Yeah, I think 8 runs has scored the whole tournament all the way around. You know, I think when it comes right down to it, Farmville just wants it more right now.
Only problem is it's 8-5.
Yeah, that's not a big lead against this very powerful Charlotte hitting squad.
Well, we're only in the second inning, too.
Only in the second inning, not enough, yeah. How long can Farmville hang on like this?
Here, Blunt is up, and he fouls back, strike 1. Williams says, boy, I can't believe it. Y'all brought me into this situation. Nevertheless, no balls and one strike. Here comes now the pitch from Williams. Hard hit ball right to Williams. He looks, checks the runner, and throws the man out at second base. And that's the third and final out. So Farmville has come alive. 8-5 right now. They take an 8-5 lead, and we'll be right back right after this from Accounting Surgeon.
These are not your ordinary doctors. They are the accounting surgeons. Allow them to show you the personal attention it takes in order to receive every single deduction you deserve. The accounting surgeons and crew are here for you all year long, not just January to May. Whether you need tax preparation, payroll work, or bookkeeping services, call the accounting surgeons today. 434-53. 595. They offer very reasonable rates along with their year-round service with a smile. Located at 126 East Carolina Avenue in Crewe. The accounting surgeons are here for you. Phone 434-538-0595.
The best stuff ever.
Brought to you by Radio Shack.
I need a new phone, so I'll go to Radio Shack, take their advice, and buy a Sony Ericsson Z750 with AT&T service. It has a 2-megapixel camera, FM radio, and a web browser, so I can surf the internet. And then one day at a car dealership, I'll find the price of a car too high, but the salesman won't agree, and he'll throw me a challenge and he'll give me the car for free if I find it for cheaper, so I'll use the internet on my phone, find it for cheaper, and get it for free. And I'll owe it all to Radio Shack.
Don't just buy stuff.
Do stuff.
See your local Radio Shack dealer at Southside Electronics, Blackstone Square Shopping Center.
Back here at Beamer Field, it's 8-5 in favor of, guess who? Prince Edward Farmville.
Yeah, didn't see that one coming, did you guys?
Oh, no. Hello.
Hello, but
All right.
One thing we got to be sure of, do not count Charlotte out, especially with their hitting power.
Are you kidding me?
3 points is nothing.
I mean, zero.
That can evaporate in 3 hitters. You know, we've seen that happen before. So Prince Edward cannot rest on the laurels. They still need to buckle down and play as hard as they played in the first inning. The question is, how long can they hang on? We got Jones coming at the bat. Jones is 0 for 1, followed by Reed up on deck, who made a double back and first, and finally Powell, who made another double and an RBI back and first. So
Roach will be at the mound still.
This is the meat of the. Here we come with the best of the Charlotte lineup coming through right now.
Let's go, Charlotte! Let's go!
Well, that says it all, doesn't it? I think these kids that are doing Let's Go Charlotte is right beneath our crowd microphone. So now Roach is ready to play. He looks now, winds up. Here comes the pitch, way low, ball 1.
The question is, how long can Roach hang on?
How many pitches has he thrown?
He's holding 50 pitches now.
Here comes now the pitch, way high, ball 2. The 2 balls and no strikes now. The Powell, like you said, here comes the next pitch. Way in there, strike 1. 2 balls and 1 strike now. So with a 2-1 strike there, Roach needs to wind up to see if he throws this one. This is going to be foul back. And that thing fouled, and then it kind of jumped up and he hit the thing again. That was a weird one. Anyway, nevertheless, all that drama turns into 2-2 count.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yep.
And Roach desperately needs us out here because he got the hardest hitters coming up here next.
Here comes the 2-2 to Jones, way low, ball 3. Full count now to Jones. Reed will be up on deck, so you don't need Reed to be up when you're
runner on base.
Especially with a runner on base.
It's called how many runs can he score on you?
Quickly.
Quickly.
Here comes the pitch. Foul back. Count remained the same, full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Right now, Farmville's got a 3-run lead, 8-5 here in the 3rd inning. Here it comes down. Roach winds up through. This one's way down, ball 4. He walks Jones, and now Reed comes up.
Reed had a double back in 3rd with a very powerful hit.
I would walk Reed.
Let's go, Joey, let's go.
I would walk Reed.
You got some pretty powerful people come behind him. I'm not sure it'd do you any good, frankly.
I would walk Reed.
You want to walk everyone.
Well, I would walk him. And there it goes. I told you should have walked him. And let's see how far this one goes into the next field.
You can't keep walking everyone.
I knew that was going to happen. Yeah, but you can't pitch it with a runner on base. You had to make 3 people hitters as well. You don't hit some situations.
Just about every time he's got up, he's already hit.
But if you came to a double, that's not as bad as home runs, a rarity.
Now that might be true, but anyway, now it's 7-8 with no outs. Now we'll bring up Powell.
Powell hit a double back in 1st inning with an RBI to his name, too.
Here comes now the pitch to Powell. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Yeah, but I feel better about pitching to Powell than Reed. And this guy gets a home run every time he gets up.
No, he doesn't. He a lot of doubles every time he gets up.
Well,
that's only his 2nd home run in the tournament.
Here it comes. This one's going to be a high fly ball that will go foul.
That's 2 strikes.
Almost hit the big blue tent down the first base line. Nevertheless, that's in there for strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes. 7-8. He pulled within 1, and that
Check
is
swing, ball 1.
Yep, I thought that may end up being a strike since he stepped out of the box almost. But anyway, it's ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here it comes down. Roach turns around. 3. That's 1 out.
Yeah, they need the next 2 people out, getting out of the inning with only 2 runs scored against. 2 runs scored against Charlotte is actually an accomplishment.
Well, it ain't over yet. This one's going to be a fly ball.
A long foul.
And nobody's going to be able to get it. It's out of play. That'll be in there for strike 1. Thing is, we've seen Roach hit 6 of them in the daggone home run derby, and he made it look easy.
But you can't walk him. Roach, yeah.
Here comes the pitch. Low and not real good. That brings it up to count 1 ball and 1 strike. Oh, someone out there. Everybody says, here comes a pitch from Roach, and this one's going to be a line drive foul.
But you get a 2nd strike, a very important
strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes now.
A very important strike for Roach. I just got one how long Roach can really hang on. He's throwing everything he has against this Charlotte offense. Is barely just kind of hanging on by his fingernails right now.
We got Dodd coming up. He's on deck. Here comes Roach now. Here comes the pitch to Williams. Swing and a miss, strike. Williams has done nothing but bounce the ball in this tournament. Here comes out the pitch to Dodd. That's going to be in there, and they call it a strike. That was awful low.
Must have kind of been a sinker and sunk after it got to the catcher.
We want to thank everybody who's tuned in to our stream. Here comes now the next pitch, and that's going to be low for ball 1. The count goes 1-1.
I think Roach said that low one worked last time. Let me try one more time and see what I can get.
Yep, to our stream at www.wpexonline.com. But the DVDs are much better looking, and they are for sale.
Yeah, a lot better quality.
Here comes the pitch. Hard hit ball. And this one will go out to the left, actually right field. And a single by Dodd. And that will bring up Carlson.
Carson had a walk back in the first inning. Went eventually on to score one of Charlotte's runs.
Farmville's shortstop is playing all the way back to the grass, Robbie. Fitz is just playing a little bit off third base. Here comes the pitch. In there, strike number one. Charlotte down by only one run. They had a 3-run lead until Reeves knocks it out of the park with a run on. And that's where we're at right now, 8-7 in favor of Farmville with the tying run at first base. All right, everybody's got their signals.
Catcher has to get his
Roach
back.
Roach puts his glove back on. And now pitching from the stretch. Here comes the pitch.
Oh, he lost
and
ball. There goes
way down. There goes the runner to second base.
Dot will make it there with ease.
So 8-7. And here we are at the top of the third still. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. Now being there, strike number 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
The Roach over there is fighting for that last strike here. Get out the inning before any more damage is done and any more of that lead is chipped away.
Here comes now the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that retired aside. So, 2 men left on base. Well, actually, 1 man left on base at second base. It's 8-7. And a 2-homer home run by Reed. It's 8-7. Still Farmville holding on to a sim lead. We'll be right back right after this.
These are not your ordinary doctors. They are surgeons. Allow them to show you the personal attention it takes in order to receive every single deduction you deserve. The accounting surgeons and crew are here for you all year long, not just January to May. Whether you need tax preparation, payroll work, or bookkeeping services, call the accounting surgeons today. 434-538-0595. They offer very reasonable rates along with their year-round service with a smile. Located at 126 East Carolina Avenue in Crewe, the accounting surgeons are here for you. Phone 434-538-0595.
The best stuff ever.
Brought to you by Radio Shack.
I need a new phone, so I'll go to Radio Shack, take their advice, and buy a Sony Ericsson Z750 with AT&T service. It has a 2-megapixel camera, FM radio, and a web browser, so I can surf the internet. And then one day at a car dealership, I'll find the price of a car too high, but the salesman won't agree, and he'll throw me a challenge and he'll give me the car for free if I find it for cheaper, so I'll use the internet on my phone, find it for cheaper, and get it for free. And I'll owe it all to Radio Shack.
Don't just buy stuff.
Do stuff.
See your local Radio Shack dealer at Southside Electronics, Blackstone Square Shopping Center.
Back here at Beamer Field here in Crewe, Virginia, District 5. An exciting game going on so far. We got a 1-point difference or 1-run difference, and it's Farmville is 8-7 Charlotte right now, but still a very, very close game.
As we said, you just don't count Charlotte out. They have that amazing lead power. As Charlotte once again coming back to is going to be Xavier White. He's 0 for 1 for the day.
Here comes Williams with the pitch in there. Strike one, well, ball one, excuse me. White needs to get up, get something going. He's a leadoff runner. Here comes the pitch. And that's a swing and a miss, strike 1. That ball was way low, too.
Yeah, that would have been a ball. Hey, let it go.
So 1 ball and 1 strike. Here comes the next pitch from White, way low, ball 2, 2 balls and 1 strike. Well, at least they don't carry it on very long, do they? Ooh, that blew my ears out. And one right down the middle. He swings, fouls back. And it's in there for strike 2, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes down the pitch from Williams. That's going to be low. Ball number 3. And this brings up a full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3-2. Here comes the pitch. That one's going to be low, and that's going to be in there for ball 4.
And most of all,
White gets on the base on balls, Robbie.
Coming up next is Brady Atkins. Brady is 1 for 1 for the day. Trying to open up a little bit more of a lead against his Charlotte powerhouse.
And that one's going to be in there for strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. Williams looks. Now he takes aim. Here comes the delivery and hard hit ball. That's going to go right. A double play easy. Yeah.
Oh, nope.
And they don't get him.
They don't turn it.
They don't turn it. Reeves had a step on him, easily got the runner at second base for the first out. But when he tried for the double play, it just wasn't quick, fast enough. And runner is now on first base for Prince Edward Farmville. And I believe that's Michael Fitz coming up.
Yeah, Matthew Fitz. Matthew Fitz at the bat now. He walked last time he was up. Matthew Fitz, a pretty decent batter there. He's a very patient batter.
Here comes now the pitch, and this one's going to be a chop. This could go to second base, and he bobbles it, and Fitz is safe. And so is the runner going to second for 1 out.
And Charlotte's
Farmville has got a runner in scoring position.
And Charlotte's seeing the same thing happen again. This inning would happen last inning. Mistakes led the other 2 on base, and they just started lighting them up with little base hits. Next is going to be Nathan Drew. Yeah, Nathan Drew.
Here comes now the pitch to Drew.
Ball.
This one's going to be hit. Here comes a double steal, and they get him. They try, but they do get him. But that was a close.
They got him?
No, they didn't get him.
I was going to say,
he was saved by a mile.
Yeah, I was going to say, that would.
You do not have to run.
That takes out the force play, going from second to first, or first to second. Here comes the pitch, and this one's going to be, could be trouble. It goes to the first base. Reeves easily makes that play. Golly, he's a good player. That boy just scooped that up and just zinged it right to first base like it was nothing.
More, he froze the runners on. He froze the runner on second and third by checking the 2 runners. Very good heads-up play by Reed.
Here it is, McCormick, swing and a miss, strike 1.
McCormick is 1 for 1. He walked last time he was up at bat in the last inning.
Come on, 2 more. You can do it.
Farmville only holding on to a 1-run lead. They got runners on second and third. Here comes a pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. McCormick's a big fella too. Here comes the windup. Here comes the pitch. And this one's going to be low for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Farmville would like to put a little bit more on this. I hate to go in with only a 1-run lead. Swing and a miss, got him on a changeup. And a nice pitching by Williams. So as we go into the top of the 4th, ladies and gentlemen, it is 8-7. We'll be right back right after this from Accounting Surgeons of Crew.
These are not your ordinary doctors. They are the accounting surgeons. Allow them to show you the personal attention it takes in order to receive every single deduction you deserve. The accounting surgeons and crew are here for you all year long, not just January to May. Whether you need tax preparation, payroll work, or bookkeeping services, call the accounting surgeons today. 434-538-0595. They offer very reasonable rates along with their year-round service with a smile. Located at 126 East Carolina Avenue in Crewe. The accounting surgeons are here for you. Phone 434-538-0595.
What does your world sound like? That's geography, the music of the world around you. Geography is people, places, environments, and economics. Geography gives us the framework for understanding our world. But sadly, our kids aren't getting enough of it. Half can't locate economic powers like Japan and India, and 20% can't even find the Pacific Ocean. That's why we created MyWonderfulWorld.org. It's part of a free National Geographic-led campaign to give our kids the power of global knowledge. Go to MyWonderfulWorld.org to learn more and get your free parent and teacher action kits. It's a wonderful world.
Okay, we're back here at Beamer Field here in Crew, Virginia. Top of the fourth now, 7-8. And here comes now the pitch. Hard hit ball, too. And this is going to go to the center field. And he catches it.
Good out by the center fielder.
And first out, which brings up now number 13, Crawford.
Then it goes to the top of the batting order for Charlotte.
Oh, it does?
Yep, they pull the last three people out after they go through one time. I'm learning how Charlotte operates now.
Okay. Here comes the pitch. That's in there. Strike one.
That was right in there. Can't watch it go by.
Roger's hanging in there, though. It's the fourth inning, and he's still pitching pretty good.
He's done a great job, no doubt about it.
Here comes the next pitch, and this one's going to be a chop to the shortstop. Did they get him? Yes, they do. And that'll be for the second out.
And those were two very important outs right there, because now come to the top of the batting order, I believe, with Vassar coming up the bat.
And you're exactly right, Robbie. Your computer is coming through again. Here comes Roach now. Nobody on base. Here comes the pitch with Vassar. It's a chop pitch. Goes on the pitch. This bobbles the ball. And they try to get him out at first. No way they're going to get that man.
And that's no surprise there with the Vassar hits everything, pretty much throws at him, I think.
So there's an error by Matthew Fitz.
Coming next will be Jones. Jones is 1 for 2 for the day.
Runner on first base. They have two outs. Here comes Fitz now pitching to Jones. And this one's going to be a high fly.
The
center field's going
to
go
fantastic. He's got it.
He got it. He got it. What a catch he made.
What a catch, yeah. Hope we got that one on tape there. I wasn't watching the DVD.
So with one man left on base, one error, I said one man left on base, it still remains 8-7. Charlotte behind Prince Edward Farmville. We'll be right back right after this.
These are not your ordinary doctors. They are the accounting surgeons. Allow them to show you the personal attention it takes in order to receive every single deduction you deserve. The accounting surgeons and crew are here for you all year long, not just January to May. Whether you need tax preparation, payroll work, or bookkeeping services, call the accounting surgeons today. 434-538-0595. They offer very reasonable rates along with their year-round service with a smile. Located at 126 East Carolina Avenue in Crew. The accounting surgeons are here for you. Phone 434-538-0595.
The best stuff ever.
Brought to you by Radio Shack.
I need a new phone, so I'll go to Radio Shack, take their advice, and buy a Sony Ericsson Z750 with AT&T service. It has a 2-megapixel camera, FM radio, and a web browser, so I can surf the internet. One day at a car dealership, I'll find the price of a car too high, but the salesman won't agree, and he'll throw me a challenge, and he'll give me the car for free if I find it for cheaper, so I'll use the internet on my phone, find it for cheaper, and get it for free. And I'll owe it all to Radio Shack.
Don't just buy stuff.
Do stuff.
See your local Radio Shack dealer at Southside Electronics, Blackstone Square Shopping Center.
And we're back at Beamer Field here on FM 90.9 WPEX Radio and broadcasting live stream on www.wpexonline.com.
At the bat first will be Dante Blanton. Clinton for the Prince Edward Farmville. And Prince Edward's back to the top of their batting order. He's 1 for 1 for the day.
Here comes now the pitch. And this one's going to be a hard hit ball in the zone. And the center field lets him by, but he quickly gets up and grabs it and will hold it to a single. And Farmville's got another leadoff runner on base.
Coming next is going to be KJ Maddox. KJ is 2 for 2 for the day as well. He's walked one time and also doubled.
Yep. Williams runs up. There goes the runner down to second base. Easily gets it.
And I have to say, Farmville just surprised us all today.
1 ball and no strikes. Runner on second base with no outs. Here comes the pitch. Hard hit ball. That will go to Reeves. And there goes the runner. And he will hold up at second base. And again, Reed is just like a human vacuum cleaner.
Yeah, and
you can't get nothing past that guy.
Coming next, you got Austin Roach. Roach is 1 for 2 for the day. He's made a double and 3 RBIs.
Here comes now the pitch. And this one's going to go foul in front of our broadcasting booth. I'll be in there for strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. As the sun starts to set here, lights are coming on here at Beamer Field in Crewe, Virginia. Things are starting to cool off just a teeny bit. Another hot one today, probably in the mid-90s. Here comes now Williams, winds up and pitches. A swing and a miss, which will bring in strike number 2. No balls and 2 strikes to Roach. Runner on second base, but they don't hit him in. He's going to get stranded out there if they're not careful. Here comes now the pitch from Williams, and this one's going to be right out in front. Almost took out the photographer from the newspaper and almost hit the Charlotte
County coach.
Yeah, Charlotte County's coach. That was a little rough.
That's a hard hit ball too.
Yep.
That's Farmville's coach. I'm sorry.
No balls and 2 strike now. Here comes the pitch from Williams way in front of him, and now bring the count to 1 and 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Winner of this game plays Blackstone tomorrow. Stay tuned. We'll give you times and everything else. And boy, Roach just reached for that changeup. And boy, if you got to reach like that, you have no business swinging at the ball. But that brings up the second out just like that.
Coming next, we got Marty Blount. Marty is 0 for 2 for the day, but he did get an RBI off a sacrifice back in the first inning.
Here comes now the pitch from Williams. That one's going to be a little bit outside, actually, for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Been a good game so far. Here comes the pitch and a hard hit ball right to the human vacuum cleaner. And Reeves made it look easy and gets the catch. So, as we go into the bottom of the top of the fifth, it's still 8-7 in favor of Prince Edward Farmville. We'll be right back right after this.
These are not your ordinary doctors. They are the accounting surgeons. Allow them to show you the personal attention it takes in order to receive every single deduction you deserve. The accounting surgeons and crew are here for you all year long, not just January to May. Whether you need tax preparation, payroll work, or bookkeeping services, call the accounting surgeons today. 434-538-0595. They offer very reasonable rates along with their year-round service with a smile. Located at 126 East Carolina Avenue in Crewe. The accounting surgeons are here for you. Phone 434-538-0595.
The best stuff ever.
Brought to you by Radio Shack.
I need a new phone, so I'll go to Radio Shack, take their advice, and buy a Sony Ericsson Z750 with AT&T service. It has a 2-megapixel camera, FM radio, and a web browser, so I can surf the internet. And then one day at a car dealership, I'll find the price of a car too high, but the salesman won't agree, and he'll throw me a challenge, and he'll give me the car for free if I find it for cheaper, so I'll use the internet on my phone, find it for cheaper, and get it for free. And I'll owe it all to Radio Shack.
Don't just buy stuff.
Do stuff.
See your local Radio Shack dealer at Southside Electronics, Blackstone Square Shopping Center.
And we're back here at Beamer Field here on FM 90.9 WPEX Radio. I'm John Hart along with Rod as we get into the fifth inning. At the top of the fifth, it